Once dubbed the hardest working man in show business, James Brown is officially in overtime. No artist has been sampled more than Mr. Dynamite, but the samples only tell a piece of the story. I'm Questlove, and this is Get That, the influence of James Brown. Beyond the musical genius, he was also an icon of working class success. He launched the black aesthetic into the mainstream, helping break barriers and redefine social categories.
You know, he really sort of encapsulates the black experience in America during probably some of our toughest times in this country.
James Brown wasn't the only one. The soundtrack to the civil rights movement included songs by Sam Cooke, Nina Simone, Billie Holiday, Curtis Mayfield, and in the 70s, Gil Scott-Heron's The Revolution Will Not Be Televised.
It was music that had a message music. You know, it had a groove, but it was like, it had a statement to it.
But James Brown was soul brother number one, and he used his platform to raise awareness. Get up, get into it, get involved was funky. But listen deeper, it touches on political corruption. I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Poverty and income inequality. And don't be a dropout, a call for better education. The night after the assassination of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968, with the country experiencing grief and rioting, James Brown helped heal the city of Boston with a fearless performance on public television.
It was very edgy. The cops were edgy, the audience was edgy, but James Brown had the insight, knowing how much people loved him and how much people respected him. He had to show, one, his solidarity for what went on, plus also be smart in how to express yourself without being, so caught up in the violent aspect of it.
That summer, he released an anthem.
So Pee Wee Ellis was the band leader at that time. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba, we had put that together, bam. We didn't understand what it was about, but we knew it was going to be a song. 2 weeks. It had been recorded and put on the radio. It was a smash. Traveling on the road, we got the Houston, Texas. He said, say it loud, and the whole audience said, I'm black and I'm proud. And that changed my idea of who James Brown was and what he was about.
As a young black kid growing up in Chicago, those records made us proud, and they still do. And it resonated in the neighborhood, and it resonated all over the world.
Tell yourself I can do what you can do.
JB had his contradictions. I mean, he endorsed black pride, but he also endorsed the re-election of Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan. The people were confused. These were controversial moves that upset his fans. But James Brown saw himself a patriot. To anyone who challenged him, he challenged them to name another country where he could start out a poor shoeshine boy and end up a wealthy celebrity shaking hands with the president. But when it got down to it, even the president he challenged. In the summer of '74, after the Watergate scandal, the day after Nixon resigned, Brown recorded Funky President in New York City. JB is actually referring to Nixon's successor, President Gerald Ford, who had inherited Tricky Dick's stink of corruption and inequality.
People, we got to get over before we go under. Hey, country, you didn't say what you meant, you just changed. A brand new funky president. Stock market going up, jobs going down. It ain't no funky job to be found. Tax keep going up. I changed from my glass, now I drink from my paper cup, getting bad.
Funky President, with its unforgettable subtitle, People It's Bad, became Brown's second most sampled song, behind Funky Drummer. It's been chopped up nearly 900 times and cut up all sorts of ways.
We'll drop the record off, let the MC say something, scratch a little bit, and then it comes in with a turnaround right off the back. So you got the and then you have that little guitar, and then you have the funk, yes.
Funky down.
The sample was first interpolated in 1981 on Sugar Hill Records by Spoonie G. It was later chopped up into hot tracks like Fight the Power by Public Enemy, Superstar by Group Home, Show Business by A Tribe Called Quest, and Fuck the Police by NWA. Eric B. and Rakim were the first to use the Vogelbite, a clever cut from the intro. That's where Brown studio girl Arlene says,
"Hey, listen to the man."
That little
Hey.
also worked itself into hundreds of songs, including Live Fast and Die Young by Rick Ross and Runaway by Kanye West.
And I'm sure they didn't set out to make it for this reason, to be sampled 900 times, but it's great to sample 900 times, but it's great that it still permeates and gives a message to all of us, not just little black kids from Chicago, but all of us, you, me, and everybody.
Musicians aren't politicians, but they could be important conduits for social change, and they're infinitely better at bringing people together. This is where James Brown stood out, using his voice to raise political concern for Black American perspective.
Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Nobody had ever said that before, you know. James Brown was the first one to say that.
These are records that empower Black youth, and that's, an attitude you find right off the bat in hip-hop. It sort of takes that and runs with it. You don't get Tupac without James Brown.
Every facet of hip-hop music has had two things. It had the party aspect, but it's always had the social consciousness of us as a people.
James was determined to help people understand that our individual voices can be used for something bigger than we could ever imagine, and that when we are united, we are stronger. Be sure to use your voice where it counts. Get up, get into it, get involved, and always
Get down. Tell yourself I can do what you can do.
Hey, listen to the man.
Rap Godfather.
Payback.
Cold blood. Beeper, beeper.
Next episode, we explore JB's third most sampled song, The Payback, with Patrice Rushen